Right now, save 50% off everything at Gap Factory and 50 to 70% off everything at Banana Republic Factory. That's right, 50% off or more on everything in stores and online. Save with teas starting at $6.99 and 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory stores, fabulous tops start at $9.99 and 50% off clearance. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap Factory and Banana Republic Factory store or shop us online.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio in high fidelity.
You are tuning in to a Goldilocks Productions presentation of the Quantum Path Radio Show with Dennis Anderson. Dennis is a psychic medium, a hypnotist, and spiritual teacher. He has had a gift to perceive the subtle energies from an early age, turning off the gift at the age of 20 to live life, love, and understand human behavior. To have it reawaken again during his late 30s due to a calling that was loud and needed to be answered, Dennis was urged by Spirit to learn more, grow more, and share his gifts that others can benefit by exploring their own unique abilities. Call in now if you would like to speak to Dennis. The call-in number is 713-955-0594. Press 1 so that you can get into the host queue.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Quantum Path Radio Show. My name is Dennis, as stated at the top, and I am very... let's put it this way, I had the last week off, and I apologize once again to my producer, Roz, Tiffany. She has been quite the trooper. I kind of did it last moment on her, like I did today, actually, and I do want to apologize to her. But the thing is that, let's put it this way, it was during the time of the eclipse, and wow, let's put it this way, there has been lots of things going on and changes and shifts and everything else in regards to the energies of this wonderful universe of ours, or at least within this solar system. It's crazy. I know that with the readings that I've been doing, a lot of people have been experiencing something, and if you have been experiencing something, feel free to give us a call and let us know what your take and what your feelings have been. I know that for myself, it actually manifested something physically. So let's put it this way, like my blood pressure was all out of whack. I was just off, and it was weird because it actually started to happen in the afternoon when the eclipse actually happened. So the thing is that you got to remember what's happening there. You got two major bodies, one the sun and the other one the moon. Those are normally kind of, let's put it this way, on opposite ends of the earth, circling around each other. So I guess you could say gravitation forces and other little, I guess you could say the subtler energies of the universe or the solar system are kind of working there. But when you get an eclipse, what is happening? You have a lot of gravitational force basically pulling you in one direction, and that is crazy. So that is going to do a lot of things. So you get that, plus the Mercury retrograde, plus everything else going on there. It's been a crazy week for probably quite a few people, and for maybe even a few of you out there as well. Heaven knows it was for myself. Just another thing here, too, before we get into my special guest here today, I also wanted to wish everyone out there, and I hope everyone that is listening can send their prayers and their well wishes to, and if anybody does have anybody in Texas right now who is going through the Hurricane Harvey. I know I've seen some pictures up on let's put it this way, on Facebook, and like planes almost like the water's already up to the tail of the plane, and it's just crazy. Like, I've never imagined the flooding that is happening over there, and I do wish them well, and I pray that everything gets resolved quickly and that the waters subside fast, and Also, too, obviously, they're going to be in a lot of need. So if anybody within earshot or listening distance, let's put it this way, you can always, even if it's $5, $10, I don't know, but every little bit counts. But if you go to the Red Cross Society for Hurricane Harvey, I'm sure if you Google it, there'll be a lot out there. But at least this way they can hopefully get back on their feet fairly quickly, and the government's there, whether it be within their municipal or with the governor and also with the president down there. Hopefully everything is acted upon very quickly and immediately for them. So our prayers go with them, and if anybody or if any of you are listening out there right now and that are in that area, our prayers go out to you as well, and hopefully that everything is going to be more smoother sailing for you. Now, concerning my special guest today, we weren't really certain if we were going to be kind of doing this yet, but Ginger Moyer, she's a certified Fairyologist and certified angel card reader. Now, myself, those of you that know me, I'm not really one of those angels, fairies type of guy, just because that's not really my path, I guess you could say. But I'm always open to learning and always open to exploring other ways of looking at things. And that's the thing here, like keeping your minds open to other things. It's very, like, and I know there's some of my listeners out there, and let's put it this way, like they look at me and say, like, chakras, yeah, whatever, like that's, that's a bunch of hooey or whatever. Well, a lot of people could say the same thing for angels or with fairies, but let's put it this way, if there's something that resonates with you in it, then let's go for it, like there's no harm in that. So, without further ado, I would love to introduce Ginger. Hopefully you're there.
I am here.
Hey, Ginger, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Let's talk a little bit about you. Like, what is it that you do? I know that you're a certified Fairyologist and angel card reader and stuff like that. Let's find out what it is all about. I'm curious.
There are several other things that I do too. Those are just a couple of the certifications that I hold. I also do chakra healing work. Okay. I also do several different coaching services. My newest one is I have just started coaching empaths, because I have found that there are a lot of empaths out there who just don't know how to deal with being an empath, and they don't understand it.
Absolutely.
So I have started coaching them, which has been very well recognized, because, I mean, like I said, there's an abundance of people just going, what is this? I don't understand this. And then when you explain it to them, they go, oh, yes, it makes sense. But I also do mindfulness coaching and spirituality coaching and relationship coaching. I've also just opened up. I was just doing general readings and life readings, but now I'm also doing past lives and dream interpretation readings. And lately I have been on a crusade, and it's just because I work with Archangel Michael, and I've just felt that it's very important, because a lot of people have got misinterpretations of who and what the archangels actually are. So I have been bringing a lot of awareness to people about the archangels and teaching them about them.
Okay.
And then I also teach about the fairies, because I am. I also teach about the fairies too, because there's a lot of misconception about them. A lot of people think that they're dark, and they aren't necessarily dark.
Okay.
So there's a broad range of stuff that I do.
It sure sounds
and I used to be a therapist, so.
Oh, really?
Yes, I used to be a marriage and family therapist.
Oh, okay. So, wow. You got Actually, it's kind of interesting to see because, like, I've known a lot of psychiatrists and psychologists and so forth, and it's interesting because a lot of them do seem to be more open to, I guess you could say, of a more, let's call it holistic sort of look or view of things, which is actually a wonderful thing, like, as far as I'm concerned. I just wish that our medical doctors could actually get in line with that as well. Like, mine, he's not too bad, but let's put it this way. I would hope that more of them start to kind of, I guess, well, let's call it see the light, I guess you could say.
I hope so, too.
Yeah, and but it's so interesting though, because it's interesting to see how people will, let's say, look at something one way, and then all of a sudden they realize that, oh, there's much more levels, much more layers and facets to all of this stuff. It's actually kind of interesting because, like, I had a guy, he in one of my, like, because I have group meetings and stuff like that myself, like for development and so forth. And he was an actual physicist, actually, and like, you know, like nuclear physicist sort of thing. And I was like, okay, well, this could be interesting. But the thing is that that's what I find though is that a lot of people, when they're in a very much an aspect of, let's put it this way, the analytical and logical sort of way of looking at life. So people like accountants and lawyers, and there's some doctors, some analysts, you know, like, or therapists even, and scientists and so forth. They're starting to realize that, okay, well, maybe there is a little bit more to this, and they're starting to realize it, and it's fascinating to see their perspective of things too, because they have a tendency to kind of blend one with the other, and that's kind of what we do, right? Like we take what we what we know, and we expand on it, and that's the beauty of this. So that's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. No, and I'll tell you what. I was thinking, you know, because I was talking to one of my friends who's very spiritual also, and I was like, I went through all of that schooling for nothing, and she goes, but don't you use it? And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, you can see a lot better with the knowledge that you learned. And I was like, I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, and that's fantastic. And from what I understand, you're going to have a show of your own here, too, very soon.
I am, starting Monday morning. Very exciting. Monday morning, yes, this next Monday morning, September 5th.
You're over on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
Like you're.
I have to think about that.
You're California, San Francisco sort of area, or okay.
Yeah.
So let's put it this way, like, this will be nice and early for you, and let's put it this way, it'll be, I'm sure, a lot of fun, and welcome to the team.
Thank you so much.
This will, hopefully this will get your feet wet a little bit anyway. From what I understand, we already have a caller on the line here. So
really?
If I could get caller 650, Miranda, on the line, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Hi, Dennis. Thank you. And
Hi.
Congratulations.
Hi, Miranda.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. And how are you both?
And we're doing very well, thank you. So how can we help you today?
I am wondering if I would be able to get like a general reading for the coming month of September.
Couple of months for starting in September. Okay. Ginger, I don't know if you have anything already coming up, or but if you're interested, feel free to jump in or chime in whenever you can. And if Miranda, you could actually just speak up just a tweak.
Yeah. Could you repeat that? Because I couldn't really hear her.
Yeah. Sure. Hi, this is Miranda. I'm calling from California, and I was wondering if I could get a general reading of whatever you pick up beginning next month, couple of months.
Awesome. Okay, we can do that. So, I don't know, do you have anything yet already, Ginger? Or?
No, I don't. Not yet.
Not quite yet. Okay, well, I'll jump in there then, and feel free to chime in whenever you are ready. So for the next couple of months, basically what I am kind of getting here for you is that there is going to be some major change here for you, okay? A little bit with work is what I'm kind of feeling or getting here. I'm also getting a little bit as well, like I'm almost feeling like there's some emotional stuff kind of going on there that's going to start to settle down a little bit too. So let's put it this way, over the next couple of months, okay, there's going to be some changes, but I do see some wonderful things actually coming for you. I think this is kind of more of a time of transition, okay, for you, more so than anything. So I don't know if this is resonating with you, but I am feeling a little bit of transition with you. And it is going to be kind of, let's put it this way, throwing you off just a little bit, because you're going to be kind of experiencing some new and wonderful sort of, I guess you could say, energies happening here. And I think this eclipse kind of started things going more so than anything.
Dennis, I'm getting a possible career change in here. With you talking, I'm getting a possible career change happening.
And that's exactly what I'm kind of feeling as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some changes, that's for sure. And I think they're going to be good for you, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling very positive, too, optimistic, and I think so far the eclipse energy has been helpful, I think. I haven't been rattled, so that's a good thing. Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense about the career. I'm actually looking to get back into it. I've done some volunteer work along the way, and this opportunity is also another volunteer opportunity. But I'd be doing something different, and I'm not quite sure what my responsibilities will be because it's sort of a new position. So, yeah, whatever you pick up regarding that, too, would be appreciated.
Well, let's put it this way. Like we were saying, like, yes, there is going to be some changes there, career-wise. That was the first thing that kind of popped up. And I think the thing is that as, you know, like I said, like starting in September, yes, there's going to be that. Responsibilities change. Yes, I do feel that as well. It feels like, actually, to be honest with you, you're going to be in a little bit more of a position of, it almost feels like you're going to be a little bit more of a position of authority, or possibly like overseeing others a little bit more. It's almost like you have a way to be able to, I guess you could say, get people on track to what needs to be done or something like that. At least that's what it feels like to me anyway. Okay?
Dennis, can I interject there too? I am also getting that she needs to make choices that are best for her rather than anybody around her. And that may even mean people that are under her if she takes on a supervisor position. She needs to make the best decisions that she feels, not what's best for everyone else.
Excellent. Very good.
So make decisions that are best for me and not the others around me. Is that what you're saying?
Well, in other words, kind of, yeah. You may have to be a little bit, I don't want to say selfish, but you do have to keep yourself in mind, though, in regards to a lot of different things. Okay?
Sounds good. All right. Anything
Thank
else?
you very much for calling.
That was it. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank
you. You showed.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Our pleasure. Okay, so that was our first round. Tell me a little bit about some of this, okay, let's say, for example, like on your own show. What is it that you're going to be, let's put it this way, focusing on? Are you going to be doing more angel work, or are you going to be doing more, or touching on a little bit of everything, I guess?
It's going to be basically touching on everything. I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and see where spirit guides me, but I know I'll touch on everything. Bring awareness to as much as I can and just try to touch as many lives as I can and help everyone to understand all the different things that are out there, because I'm someone who I don't have a disbelief. I believe that there's everything there, that everything is equally believable, and everybody has their own belief system. A big one that's caused a lot of controversy, and I know you and I touched on this earlier, is Doreen Virtue's change in her beliefs lately? Well, yeah, she's had a major shift change, but she's doing what she needs to do with her life and what she feels is right. Is it affecting the rest of us? Yeah, it is, especially those of us who, have studied under her and followed her. It's affected us greatly, but we also have to respect the fact that she has that free choice there,
Absolutely,
to do what she wills. And so, I don't think there's any discreditation to her. A lot of people think that she is denouncing everything, which she's not. She is denouncing the Ascended Masters, but she's still going to continue on with angel work and fairy work. And anyone who knows her knows that she has her Jesus card. She's been all about Jesus from day one. So that's no change there. She's also got her Mother Mary card, which she's been about that too. Yeah, it's a change, but she's not saying that she doesn't believe everything that she's ever taught. She's just saying that she's had some changes into the Ascended Masters that she believes in.
Well, the thing is, I think a lot of people were thrown off, and in essence, I was kind of, I had to really think about it myself, where as I looked at her, it was actually kind of interesting. I was in a store up in Stouffville the other day, and let's put it this way: there was a large section of Doreen Virtue items and so forth, with a lot of her cards and oracle cards and whatever cards that she has come up with, and she has quite the collection. Let's put it that way. So I could understand.
And she's coming out with more.
Yeah, exactly. She's very prolific. And in essence, though, I was looking at it going wow, she really, let's put it this way, she made her money off of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And in essence, though, that's kind of what, let's put it this way, as light workers or as readers or whatever, or therapists even for that, anything for that matter, there's always is going to be that energy exchange of, let's put it this way, let's say I provide a service and therefore I should get something back in return, and I see that as money because it's kind of hard to pay a mortgage with a couple of chickens or a goat, like they used to do back in the old day. But the thing is that I think a lot of people were put off by it, because of the fact that, let's put it this way, they almost maybe feel slighted or something like that, or maybe that she turned her back on her fans. And I don't think she really did. But I do feel, though, in my opinion, and this is basically that, just my opinion, is that you're right. She had to follow her heart and her, I guess you could say, her path in regards to all of this. Could it have been handled differently? Yeah, probably.
Of course it could have.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is,
I don't think it was handled well at all. And I'll be honest with you, my first thought was, when I first, heard about it before I really researched a lot and everything, she lost all accreditation with me completely. I was like, wow, I have no respect for the woman whatsoever. I felt like she was taken the world for a ride to make money. And if she did, she did do a good job of it. If she didn't, she was really trying to do, and stuff. She did a good job at that too, because she brought a lot of people to their spirituality and helped millions of people out of bad places that they were in, and will continue to help them with all of her literature and stuff. I'll be honest, I probably have almost every single deck of hers. I have other decks too, but I like her decks because they're not dark. I've looked at some of the tarot decks and they're very dark. Those don't resonate with me. Hers do, because they're light. There's not darkness in. And not that it's darkness, it's just I don't like the death card. That just doesn't resonate with me.
Yep.
And that's why I do like her decks, and I will continue to use them, because her beliefs don't affect my beliefs. My beliefs are my beliefs, and that I will hold strong. It took me a long time to get to where my beliefs are today, And I'm happy with where I'm at. It's the first time in my whole entire life that I've actually felt comfortable with who I am and realized, hey, I fit in. There are people like me out there. I'm not nuts. That's why I became a therapist. I became a therapist because I was nuts. And I was like, okay, I'm going to become a therapist. Became a therapist, and I was like, I'm not nuts. There's nothing wrong. I don't have any of these disorders. What's going on?
No, that's a great way of putting it. Let's put it this way. Like, I know that in the DSM-5 there, which is that fancy manual that everybody uses as a therapist or psychologist or whatever. Well, if you look under,
I've got it in my library.
Exactly. You look under that one, and basically, yeah, we're all kind of. But I think what it comes down to is how do you deal with things, and if you're dealing with things in a healthy way, yes, of course. You know, like
You're fine.
The sky's the limit. Exactly.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I've looked at. Honestly, I mean, I know that DSM. I mean, because that's any therapist Bible. You're trained in it in school to know it front, back, inside out. And if you get technical, I don't really think that there's a disorder in there that every human being doesn't have to some extent.
It's all a big spectrum. Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do have another caller.
Okay.
So if 845 could be put on the line, that would be fantastic. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, and who are we talking to?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for taking my call. My name is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. So what can we do for you
Hi,
today?
Catherine.
Hi. I was wondering, I have a question in regards to work. There is somebody, he contacted me online, and I was wondering if it would be a good match. His name is Tom, and he's kind of a friend of a friend. And I'm curious because, I don't know, like the friend kind of talked bad about him. So I'm wondering if that was just his experience and ours would be different, or you know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Thank you.
Well, I'm giving the cards a quick shuffle here, just as we're talking. So I don't know, Ginger, if you have anything on that one, or right away or not, or if you don't, that's fine too. Let's see what we got here. Just as I give them, like I said, a quick shuffle. Well, there is definitely some really good possibilities here. Let's put it that way. I am getting that. Let's put it this way. There could be some strong connection down the road, even for yourself. So I am feeling that. Let's put it this way. Over the course of time, I do think that there can be some really good, positive sort of connections going on here. I'm not going to say, though, that let's put it this way, that there won't be moments where you will be questioning things, because it does feel like there can be a little bit of that too. But over the course of time, I think this guy, he's good. Like, he seems like a pretty good guy, and he seems like a good match, because even with the cards that I'm getting here, I know that you can't see them or whatever, but I'm getting things like the Ten of Cups. I'm getting the World card, which is fantastic. So let's put it this way. There's some really good positive things that are here. I think the thing is just keep your eyes open, and that's what I'm kind of getting here. Is just keep your eyes and your ears open, so that this way, if anything does feel a little off, you can always ask and you can always question. Okay, and that's the biggest thing here. Is and that's with any relationship in a lot of ways. Is just keep your eyes open and your heart open, and you'll see what. I think he will actually really connect with you. And I don't think he wants to do anything to either hurt or anything like that. I think there's something in regards to, too, like, I'm almost feeling like there's a little bit of a past life connection or something like that going on here, because I'm just kind of picking up that it almost feels like goodness, I'm getting, it almost feels like England almost.
Oh, wow.
But but this is like 1800s type kind of feel to it, like it feels old. It feels like Victorian type era almost. So there's very good possibilities here. How about you, Ginger? What do you get?
Thanks.
I am getting the same thing. I'm also getting that she needs to stop listening to others. I'm getting that she's listening to a lot of other people's advice, and she needs to start trusting her intuition.
Yes.
And I'm also getting that you are probably going to be doing some traveling with him.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, so in your future, you will probably be traveling with him. So
who knows? Maybe there's a honeymoon that you're going to be traveling for.
I think he's married. It's strictly from work, from what I know of this moment in time. But I do believe he's married. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a strong connection there, but like I said, just keep your eyes open, okay, and keep your ears open. And that's what I was saying too before, is that if he is, make certain that he's not just, like, let's put it this way, I don't want to say using you as, but the thing is that, unfortunately some guys are very egotistical that way. So just make certain that you're protecting yourself. That's all. Okay?
Well, thank
all right.
you both so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Many blessings to you. Thank you.
thank you.
Okay. Geez, we even already have another caller. We got caller 916. Let's get this out of the way, too. Why not? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing? It sounds like you're having a nice show so far.
Oh, yeah, we
are doing pretty good.
That way.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I am also in Northern California, Bay Area, myself. And I guess we can also say that I feel that there's been a huge shift in energy, maybe even a little awareness for me since the eclipse. Something I've been working towards. I've been focusing on my career a lot. I do feel like a new career or a new job is right on the horizon. I think now my curiosity or wonder is about love. Like, I'm ready, but haven't really seen much of that. So,
okay, well, what I am getting, though, is like, it just feels like actually by the end of the year, more so than anything, because it feels like there's a little bit of time yet that has to kind of pass before something really starts to happen or congeal, and this is even without the cards yet. So I'm just kind of curious what they are actually telling me. It feels like now's the time for you to actually, let's put it this way, kind of focus on what it is that you want to define in regards to your relationship. Okay, so this eclipse actually, if anything, was probably, like you said, it was actually a very good thing for you energetically. Because let's put it this way, take a lot of that old sort of stuff that you've been holding on to, okay, like over the course of your life and whatever. Try to look at, let's say, for example, like releasing or forgiving or just trying to let it go sort of thing. And this is kind of what I'm feeling here for you for the next little bit. Because it just feels like there was maybe a little bit of pain or something. I don't want to call it pain, but just a little bit of heartache or something like that over the, that has happened over the course of time. But we want to basically release some of those old energies, okay, so that this way we got room for some new stuff coming through. And I really do think that there's actually going to be some really good things coming for you in regards to like a future relationship and so forth. I'm actually getting somebody that's actually very, very well off. Let's put it this way. Okay. Like it feels like there's somebody here that's got let's put it this way, they got some substance behind them. Okay. And how about you, Ginger?
I'm also getting that she needs to you've got actually a fairy with you right now that I'm sensing, and you need to stop searching for love. You need to just take time for yourself and fall in love with yourself. You don't have a ton of self-love, and you need to bring that up. And as soon as you do, then this man who is looking for you, he will find you without any trouble. But right now, your doubts are holding him at bay.
My what is holding it at bay?
Your doubts that you have.
Oh. Okay.
And that kind of goes in line with what I was saying earlier, because let's put it this way: some of those old feelings, those old emotions that you were clinging on to, now it's time to just kind of let them go. Be the person that you want to be now. Like really start defining who it is and what it is that you are and that you want. And when you do, like, I'm not saying like get really specific in regards to like, oh, I want them to be 5'11" and 3/4 and that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, but I do want you to look at, let's say, okay, well, I'd like somebody with that's maybe that's a little bit more fit, or that has dark hair, or what that's got some humor to them. But I also want to look at like being the best person for myself too. Okay, and I think that's kind of happening already, because with this eclipse, I think there's going to be lots of changes here for you. That's for sure. Like, this is the start of something good and something new for you. So go for it.
Okay.
I think these are great times for you. Let's put it that way.
Well, I've been waiting for that. Everything that you named off, by the way, is already on my list. So, dark hair and no, not the 5'11". Actually, it was over 5'11". No, I'm kidding. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
And I will do that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Have a good night. Okay. Bye now.
You too.
So, let's put it this way. How do people get a hold of you, Ginger?
You know what? Most of my stuff is done through Facebook, because I have my business page on there, but I also have a website, and I have a phone number. My Facebook page is Facebook at Ginger's Healing. And then my email is gingermoyerhealing@yahoo.com. And then phone number is area code 559-579-0040.
Awesome.
But again, Facebook, if you go onto my Facebook page and leave me a message, that's probably the best way to get me, because I'm on there more than anything. I don't always have my phone around me, but I always have that up, because I'm just very active on there. I also have Instagram and Twitter, but Facebook has just been amazing for me. I also have another business too. I don't just do this. I have my business, Crystal Angel Treasures. Yes, this is where I actually started. I started with Crystal Angel Treasures, making crystal bracelets and making tinctures. Like, I make an Empath protection oil. I make a dragon's blood perfume, which a lot of people have requested. I make smudging sprays, because a lot of people don't like the smell of burning sage. So I've now made sprays. So I actually started there, and then it was just one day I woke up and I went, this isn't where I'm supposed to stay. I'm supposed to go here.
Gotcha. I think the
and so I went.
Is that a lot of us have gone through that same sort of, I guess you could say, awakening or understanding of what it is that we're supposed to be doing in a lot of ways. And I can totally understand where you're coming from on that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's just...
oh, no, you're fine.
But the thing is that when I hear of other people, like, and I know that, like, even with my development groups and stuff like that, like, a lot of people are kind of saying, like, oh, I just feel like I need to do something more, something bigger, because I do work a lot with, let's put it this way, when I do my aura photography and stuff like that, I will work a lot with individuals that are indigo-type children of various ages, young as, let's say, for example, like 8 or 9, all the way up to like the age of 40 something. But it's always interesting to see, like and like what it is that calls them, and it's fascinating to hear that you had that same sort of calling, I guess you could say. Oh, I guess you probably always did if you kind of went into therapy, right? And then
you know what? As a little girl, I always saw flickering lights, which are fairies, which I never understood what it was when I was a little girl. I just kind of brushed it off like, okay, I'm really crazy. I'm seeing things. Or I would see shadows, which can tend to be if you live in a home, you have a brownie, that would be your brownie. And I saw that at my parents' house. And I always saw things like that, but I never wanted to say anything because I just thought everybody would think I was crazy, which they probably would have, because my family has totally different beliefs than me, except for one sister. And so, I mean, it's been with me all my life, and I actually started out going to school, of all things, to become a nurse. Then I switched to be a preschool teacher. Yeah, it was quite a road. Then I switched to be a preschool teacher. Then I figured, no, I'm going to be a teacher. And then I was like, none of this is making sense to me. But psychology, I was getting A's in all of my classes. So I was like, okay, psychology's got to be the way I'm supposed to go, because I didn't even have to really read the textbooks. It was just like I knew the stuff, which I found that comes from past. So psychology resonated, and it was like already there for me because it's been there for me forever. And then after I did that, I was like, okay, I don't want to work for someone else. I don't like being employed by someone else. I have a mouth on me. I tell it like it is. And that's a lot of my clients love that about me, because I'll warn them before I'm going to tell them something. I'll tell them I'm going to be very blunt right now, and I'm not candy coating it, so hold yourself down. And then I'll tell them, and they'll be like, I love that about you, because you're just blunt. You don't candy coat or sugarcoat nothing. You just tell it.
No, and that's good, actually. Like, for somebody that, and the interesting thing is that as, let's say, for example, like, because of your angel card reader, and you even said that, I don't want the dark sort of cards, but yet you're still willing to say, like, okay, here it is. Here's the information straight up, and that's great, and that's what I kind of like, actually. So good for you. That's interesting. So even though you got the good balance there, it sounds like. Let's put it that way. Now, the interesting thing is, I know that you mentioned about the whole empath thing as well. Now, the way I kind of like to look at things is like whenever in my groups or whatever, if I have somebody that says they're an empath, I usually try to shift their perspective by saying, like, okay, well, stop thinking of it as other people are controlling you or having some sort of influence on you, and start thinking that you now actually have the influence on them. And is that sort of similar to what you're kind of in line with, or I'm just kind of I'm curious.
That is, and I also teach them, because a lot of these people that I have found feel like they can't take that control back for themselves. They feel like the person has the upper hand on them. How to change their thought processes, how to change it to where that person doesn't have that control over them. Like they will tell me, well, we go into a store and we can't handle all the energies that are there. Okay, well, so take some deep breaths before you go into the store, relax yourself. And I have one lady who she could not go to the store. She could not go out of her house before she started with me. She now goes to the grocery store and spends an hour in the grocery store and talks to people while she's there. Huge leap for her. I mean, totally opposite of what she was doing, because she's no longer afraid of, her surroundings or taking on other people's energies, or feeling like she would say, well, I can feel when someone's sad. Of course you can, sweetie. But you're not sad, are you? No. Okay, well then don't let it affect you like that. You have to put it back. You have to put your block up, and you have to say, okay, I understand that you're sad, but I don't want that. You keep that.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Yeah. I'm staying here in my happiness. And I said, and she's like, she told me, she said she's amazed. She's like, I can go to the movies now. I can, she said, I don't have all those energies compounding me because I don't let them in. I call it your bubble. Other people have other names for it, but I tell them, it's your bubble. You're protecting your bubble, your chi.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. Like when I, let's say, for example, look at somebody's aura, yeah, and that's basically what it kind of is in a lot of ways. It's that little bubble that surrounds everybody. It's just a different way of describing it. See, to me, like
exactly.
I always kind of I like to look at it as, let's say, for example, like if somebody has a hard time walking through the mall, I'll relay, let's say, for example, like, okay, well, let's say, for example, like there's that wonderful book, Power versus Force by David Hawkins, I think it's David Hawkins. But let's put it this way, like he was saying, like, well, when you're vibrating at, let's say, for example, like at a higher frequency, let's put it this way, like, like you have the ability to affect other people around you. And that's in essence the way I like to look at it, or try to relay it to the other people as, is that you are now, let's say, for example, vibrating at, let's say, 400, okay, and everybody else is around that 250 mark or whatever. And I'm just using rough numbers here. But the thing is that as you're going through the mall, think of it now as is that you're now elevating them to, let's say, 260. You're bringing everybody up that little bit. And when you start doing that, it really does almost change something, or flips a switch in people's head, I guess you could say, and going like, really, I'm actually affecting others now, like, and that's the beauty of it, because we, people that are, and I use the term higher vibrating or frequency or whatever in a very
higher
loosely.
Vibrational, yeah.
But the thing is that like we can do so much. And these people can understand now that they can do so much as well, and that's very empowering to them. And I'm glad to hear other people looking at it that way too, and that's the beauty of this. Okay. Oh, geez, we have another caller too. So if 812 could come through, that would be fantastic.
Hi.
Hi. How are you? And who are we
I'm
talking
good.
to?
How are y'all?
Very good. And your name?
Very good.
My name's Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. So what can we do for you today?
Yeah, I'm having a problem with this one girl, and she's very mean to me. It's my husband's girlfriend. I was just wondering, what's her issue with me, and is her and my husband getting along? Is my husband happy, or what's the issue with those two?
Ooh, okay. That's kind of a bit of a conundrum here for me, because of the fact that like your husband's not here right now to really talk to, I guess you could say. So we're kind of like spying on them, and I'm not really, like I don't really want to do that too much. Now, in regards to your husband's happiness, I'm assuming he's an ex-husband.
Well, we're separated. We're currently married.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because when you mentioned the husband and girlfriend thing there, I was kind of like was questioning that.
No, we're separated, but we're currently married still.
I see. Okay. So the thing is that what I am kind of getting is that there is he is having some issue here and there, but I don't think it's a really bad thing or anything like that. I think in a lot of ways that, let's put it this way, you got to look at, like, now non-psychically here, if she is giving you that vibe that something does seem off, or she seems mean or whatever, well, you got to look at the dynamic of what's kind of happening there right now. Okay, like, and that's, because obviously with the separation, there's a new woman involved there, and if you put yourself into her shoes, like, what is she looking at? Like, she's looking at, there's possible competition, or there's, like, you see what I mean? So therefore, she could be reacting in a way that maybe isn't as comfortable as we were hoping for. Let's put it that way. Over the course of time, let's put it this way, I do think that things will probably start to mellow out as, you know, maybe she starts to realize that, okay, well, the relationship is, you know, like obviously that part of his life is now done, and therefore, you know, my life with him is now there. So therefore, you know, like, you see what I mean? Like it's a complicated thing here. And I'm trying to do this without, like I said, without looking too deeply on them. You know what I mean? Because
I know a little bit much about her. Okay, like I've known her since 2015, and I know what I know of her. She's very sneaky and she stole from my husband before, and stole money off my husband. When I moved out and gave my house to her and him before, when my husband had to go away for a little bit, she brought another guy home and took my husband's money, but my husband took her back, and then they were having some issues, and they were separated for a while, and then now they're back together. So, yeah, not only that, she's got a lot of issues also.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing of, let's put it this way, like I said, with her probably being more, like I said, like having that jealousy, that, you know, that feeling, I guess you could say, of somebody else always in the background in some ways, like that obviously is throwing her off. And therefore, you know, like it's unfortunate, but the thing is that if your ex-husband is looking at things, like, he has obviously made some choices too. Like, he's already kind of like taken her back once, you know, even after all of this stuff going on. But let's put it this way, do you think he's going to be, you know, once bitten, twice shy sort of thing? You see what I mean? Like, chances are he's keeping a very close eye on these things and making certain that it doesn't happen again, I'm sure. So I'm pretty certain that he's very much protecting himself and watching, okay, so that this way he's not going to get hurt again, you know, sort of thing in that respect.
Right,
so,
because he came to me last time he was hurt, and I was trying to, you know, be there for him because he was really hurt by her actions.
I know, and it's painful to see somebody that you care about, you know, get hurt. Like, it's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Trust me, I know. I've been there.
Yeah.
Of thing. So all you can be is just supportive and so forth. How about you, Ginger? Are you getting anything from any of this?
All I'm getting is that she just kind of needs to let it go and move on, because this is just causing her added drama in her life that she doesn't need right now. She needs to focus on herself and where she wants to go. Is this a man she wants to continue to be married to? If he's with someone else, you know, is this where you want to stay? Because this is holding you back from moving forward, and it's time for you to move forward. You need to let go and move on.
Okay.
And that sometimes can be the hardest thing too. You know, like when we kind of, you know, like, and I know I've been there.
Right. Oh, I have too.
You know, and I think probably, let's put it this way, 99% of the world has been there. But the thing is that sometimes we got to look at the stuff that, you know, happens to us and, you know, swallow that pill a little bit and say, okay, how is this? This is not going to define me anymore. This is, you know, I can now step up and step out and become the person that I should be now, you know, sort of thing. So that's good advice, Ginger. There, like, I have to admit.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
You're very welcome.
Thank
You're very welcome.
Bye.
Okay. Well, hour's almost up, actually. We only got about 6 more minutes left here. So if there's, once again, maybe just kind of talk about your show and how we can contact you, and that would be fantastic.
Okay. My show starts on Monday it's 8 a.m. my time, which is noon. How I always get it. My time is Pacific, so East Coast time.
Okay.
It'll be on Goldilocks Productions. I have my Facebook page, which is Facebook at Ginger's Healing. And make sure that there's an S after Ginger and an S after Healing.
Yes.
There's also my email, which is gingermoyerhealing@yahoo.com. My website is gingermoyerhealing.wixsite.com/website. And my phone number again is 559-579-0040.
Awesome.
And
well,
again, I mean, I offer a wide array of different services, and right now I have a ton of specials going on for August and September, and then I'll have more specials going on for Samhain I always pronounce it wrong, Samhain in October. So.
Gotcha. Wow. Like I said, you're definitely a woman of many talents there. Like this is fascinating. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And heaven knows we definitely had a few callers today, so hopefully you get some more of the same. So yeah, that's 11 a.m. our time. So Eastern Standard Time is 11 a.m. So you're on at 8 a.m. your time. So whew,
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I have a baby, so I'm normally up by 6:30. So go to bed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up by 6:30. So no rest for the wicked.
How old is your baby now?
Well, the baby is almost 19 months, and then I have 2 actually adult children. So.
Oh. Okay.
The baby was a surprise. I have an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old. The baby, I went to the doctor and he said, "You're pregnant." And I went, "No, I'm not."
Surprise.
Yeah. I was like, "No, my baby is grown." And he was like, "Well, get ready for another one." I was like, "No."
Okay. Hey, you got those little pleasant surprises. Heaven knows I was one myself, actually. So I was the last one of 6, and I was the pleasant surprise of my family. At least that's what I called it anyway. So.
He's a blessing.
Yes. Yeah, they all are. That's for sure. And that's a time, too, to enjoy. Let's put it that way. So anyway.
Exactly.
And myself, if anybody wants to get a hold of me, they can get it through me through my Facebook page as well, DennisJAnderson.com or Dennis J. Anderson on my Facebook page. As well, this long weekend, I don't know if you guys have one down in the States or not, but we do have a Labor Day weekend up here. Okay, which is... I will be in Kitchener at Bingaman's, and I will be doing my oral photography there. And if anybody is curious or if they do want to come down, feel free to do so. I would definitely welcome to see you. And it's always a good time. And if you go onto my Facebook page, actually, there is a discount coupon for $3 off of the admission price, which is good for all weekend long. And it's always, like I said, it's always fun to kind of see other, I guess you could say, other readers. There's other psychics there. Like I said, I will be doing my oral photography, but I always kind of touch a little bit as a kind of a mini reading as well when I kind of do it. Always a good time, lots of fun. And after that, I can't remember what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Okay. My train of thought left without me. So anyway, aside from that, I think we're pretty much good to go here. And once again, if anybody is interested in donating a little bit of something to the Texas Relief Fund, I know that through the Red Cross Society, I know that they're going through a pretty tough time down there. Like I said, I saw a lot of stuff like pictures in Facebook and so forth, like that were just amazing. And I do feel very much for them in regards to Hurricane Harvey, so all of our prayers are with them right now. And like I said, if you can donate anything, please do so, even if it's something like $5 or $10. It's just even the price of a coffee, like it all adds up, and it does a little bit to help somebody in need. So with that note, I thank you once again, Ginger, for coming or for joining me today, and
thank you so much for having me.
And I'll see everybody, I don't think next week because of the fact that of the Labor Day weekend, and I'll be on my way home from the show at that point. But the week after, I'll be there with bells on. So thank you very much, everyone, and love and light to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, you've reached the High Fashion Hotline.
Hi, my family is hosting a barbecue for Labor Day, and we need our style to look smokin'.
Try Old Navy. You guys will look BB cute.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now at Old Navy's Labor Day sale, the styles your family loves are all 50% off. Get 50% off all jeans, dresses, and tees.
50% off all jeans, all dresses, and all tees?
You bet, all 50% off at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Honey, get those dogs off the grill. We're going to Old Navy.
High Fashion, Old Navy. Valid 8/31 to 9/4. Excludes licensed men's packaged and clearance.
Right now, save 50% off everything at Gap Factory and 50 to 70% off everything at Banana Republic Factory. That's right, 50% off or more on everything in stores and online. Save with teas starting at $6.99 and 40% off clearance at Gap Factory stores. And at Banana Republic Factory stores, fabulous tops start at $9.99 and 50% off clearance. Hurry! Search our store locator for your nearest Gap Factory and Banana Republic Factory store or shop us online.